I was this close from walking away from the ATM business. With $8,000 machines, shared phone lines, and nothing but handshake deals, I felt like I was sinking. I couldn't figure out how to scale the ATM business, and I thought it was all over. But something happened that made me rethink everything. What we did next changed the course of my entire ATM business. So people ask me all the time, was there ever a time in the ATM business where you were ready to quit and get out of the ATM business? And my answer to that is, yes, there was. Early on in the ATM business, I had all kinds of challenges. Challenge number one, the cost of equipment was very high. Early on in the ATM business, the cost of an ATM was $8,000. Its cost of a surcharge was $1. We didn't give any location commission, but that was a challenge. The other challenge was we had to put the ATMs on phone lines everywhere. We had to put them on a shared phone line, and the phone lines, they were in bars, and they would always constantly pick up, and it would cost the ATM to go down. And I couldn't see any way into the ATM. There was no RMS system. And the ATM provider that I was using, I couldn't see how much money was in the ATM. So I would have to go to location from time to time to see how much money is in the ATM. Sometimes they ran out of money. There was no visibility. And the surcharges were real low. So those were all challenges that I had in the ATM business. Plus, we didn't have any location agreements. So what we did is we did all handshake. So we started to increase our surcharge from $1 up to $1.50 up to $2. And then we were taking 100% of the surcharge. Now people would come behind me and say, hey, I'll give you a commission. Well, I didn't know how to scale my ATM business. That was one of the big challenges. So one of the nice things is the cost of the ATMs started coming down. They went from $8,000 to $6,000 to $5,000 to about $4,500. And surcharges went up from $1, $1.50 to $2, and we raised it to $2.50. Now I'm making $2.50. We were doing anywhere from 100 to 200 transactions, so we were doing the business. I didn't have to split commission. So that was all incentives to change that. Plus, I got a location agreement. So then it solidifies us in a location so I could build. Because what I was doing is I put an ATM out, we would grow the business and then lose the business. Put the ATM out, grow the business, lose the business. So it's constantly chasing my tail. We always like to say hustling backwards. So I started learning how to hustle forward. Make a good deal with the location. Get a location agreement. Cost of equipment was coming down. You guys take full advantage of the cost of equipment is a lot lower. And we used to run everything on a phone line. And then I would have to pay for a phone line. The bar owner didn't want to pay for a phone line. So I would had additional costs of the phone line. Then we got into wireless. Wireless helped out because now we don't have to worry about phone line. And the surcharges are up and the cost of equipment is down. And I have location agreements. So all those are factors on how we've been successful in the ATM business. But it wasn't easy. A lot of growing pains, a lot of hustling backwards. There has been challenges over years, but we've constantly overcome all those challenges. My last big challenge is how do I continually find new locations? That's a challenge in this ATM business. You have to reinvent yourself. You have to find new locations because the new locations are the way that you stay in business and you keep making money going forward.